patches. So Patch Tuesday was yesterday. Microsoft has patched 49 security flaws in its products. Let me see what there is. So there is a patch to the DNSSEC resource exhaustion vulnerability that's been kicking around for a while. It's been tracked as CVE 2023 50868. It's basically a means by which a malicious actor can exhaust resources on a device that is running DNSSEC. Anyway, been fixed, which is a good thing. There's a remote code execution in Microsoft's message queuing, MSMQ, that has now been fixed. That one had a CVSS score of 9.8, so that's pretty serious. It is, I guess, mitigated by the fact that not that many people use MQ. If you are using it, you will definitely know about it. It isn't the sort of thing that just sort of sneaks in there. So if you're using it, yep, definitely this is a good patch to apply. And then there is what's being described in the register as a scary looking vulnerability, CVE 2024-30078, which is a Wi-Fi driver remote code execution vulnerability rated at 8.8 in severity. So the details are not publicly disclosed yet, and it is not under attack. Therefore, Microsoft say exploitation is less likely. Well, yeah, that's true, except that now people are aware of the fact that it has been patched. They will be working out what on earth it is. So it allows an unauthenticated attacker to send a malicious networking packet to an adjacent system that's using a Wi-Fi networking adapter and could enable remote code execution, is all we know about it. So now there will be undoubtedly an enormous amount of effort put into working out what this is and how can it be exploited. So again, as always, patch as soon as you possibly can. In other patching news, Adobe has patched 166 CVEs, which even for them is that's a pretty impressive number. Most of them are not that critical, but as always, worth keeping on top of. SAP has released around a dozen updated security notes. So if you're running SAP, there's some stuff out there for you. ARM chips we spoke about yesterday, so that's pretty good. You should be aware of that one. Apple Vision Pro has plugged 21 holes. So if you're using Apple Vision or thinking of using Apple Vision, definitely time to patch. SolarWinds has fixed a relatively serious directory traversal flaw being tracked as CVE 2024-28995, CVSS score of 8.6. It's a vulnerability in its managed file transfer tool, serve-u, with curious spelling. So, yep, that one is out there to be patched. Fortinet and Cisco have also got patches out as well. So it is as ever, middle of the month, time to patch. So the Fortinet updates have hit the CISA website. So there is a recommendation there that if you're running Fortinet kit, that you do patch up quickly. The vulnerability is around multiple buffer overflows in the diag npu command. So as always, if CISA are recommending that you do something, there is some pretty solid reasoning behind it. So have a look. If it applies to you, then definitely would strongly recommend dealing with that ASAP. And then finally from me today, two people have been arrested in the UK for a smishing, as in SMS phishing campaign powered by a homemade SMS blaster. So basically a homemade antenna, homemade mobile antenna, has been used to send thousands of phishing SMS messages to unsuspecting individuals. The messages were crafted to look like those from banks and other similar organizations. And because they were being sent out via a homemade antenna, they obviously are then able to bypass protections put in place by mobile phone networks to block suspicious text messages. Now, clearly it's illegal. The two people have been arrested. One remains in custody as a result of this, because sending unsolicited text messages to people is illegal, and it is especially illegal if the object of the exercise is to commit fraud, which this clearly was. The bit which I have to admit I'm going to have to go and look up is, why would your phone accept an incoming SMS message from something other than the illegitimate tower? And all I can think is, because it's been a while since I've thought about these things, so I'm probably a little bit rusty on this, but I'm guessing then that your phone isn't verifying or authenticating who it's connected to. Curious. I'm going to look this one up. Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves against this? Don't know. If you come across anything, I will let you know. But in the meantime, it is good to see that these people have been caught. It is also interesting to think about, and just as a reminder, that mobile networks are not particularly secure in general. We kind of all know this, but we kind of all forget about this as well. Which is why things like using SMS-based multi-factor authentication is less than ideal. Anyway, that's all from me for today. Hope you have a good Wednesday.